Good evening. Today is Tuesday, January 15th, 2013, and you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we're back in Acanthop Isle. Specifically, we're here at the Cemetary, where this weekend in a live simming session that was full of fun, the most amazing live simming session I've done thus far as enjoyment and surprises. And the chat room was just having a fantastic time, scrolling so quickly I couldn't read it quickly enough. This weekend in a live simming session, we had the joy and amusement to sadly have to kill off 8 Sims. And the reason why we did such a brutal and gruesome thing is because we needed them for the cemetery that we are in now. So here are, hiding and tucked in behind these trees, are the tombstones here, 8 tombstones, of the Sims that we killed. And the surviving Sim, named Miss Piggy, named by a member of the live simming crew, which is what I call the folks who come to the live simming sessions and hang out in the chat room. The live simming crew. This is not Dahlia. What am I going to say here? Honoria. Honoria Piglette is what I'm trying to say. And she is going to fulfill the role of our new Reverend Vicaress, Pastoress of the church and the cemetery. And she's a cutie pie. Absolutely adorable. I noticed after making her, because what we did was we just made Sims. We just rolled for Sims. I didn't make them in Body Shop. So they just, pretty much as they came up in CAS, Create a Sim, is what we did. We just picked the first Sims because we were going to kill them off, so it didn't really matter what they looked like. And I noticed that she's a Phase 1 Sim, and if you're a long-term Simmer, you know that this means that she's got the Phase 1 Sim, you know, when we were all starting out, many of us were very attracted to the Phase 1. In CAS or Body Shop, you can choose facial types, and the Phase 1 Sim is just basically a heart-shaped face, as Honoria is sporting for us here. And because it was very, very used in the community, you got to, you know, a lot of us go back and look at our Sims and see that many of them were Phase 1 Sims, meaning that they're not as visually interesting as Sims with more unique facial structures. But even though Honoria has a Phase 1, I still think she's an absolute cutie pie. And she now owns the cemetery as the surviving Sim of the Great Fire. Those of you guys watching who were at the live simming session, I'm sure, are having a little giggle now that remembering the fire. What we did was, in order to kill off these Sims, we killed them off in many ways. We killed them off with satellite. In fact, all the Sims died in different ways. One of them got hit by a ray gun that caused him to be killed by a swarm of flies. One of them got killed with satellite. I think I mentioned that satellite already. Another 3 of them got drank poison that caused them to die in wonderfully splendiferous ways. Oh, I've never had a chance to use that word in a Let's Play episode yet. One of my favorite words, splendiferous. Anyway, I'm going to take 2 off over here. But the far and away the greatest success of the evening was a bomb. Yes, we detonated a bomb. It was great. If you want to see a picture of it, it's up on my website at thejessachannel.com. Scroll down a little bit. It's probably on the first or second page at this point. But yeah, it was amazing. And also, if you want to see the live sim, we have recordings of it in the library at livestream.com/the Jessa Channel. And in the library, you'll be able to see the particular videos that we're talking about. I'm talking about here. So It was an amazing fire. You guys, you should have seen it. It blew my mind. Basically, what we did was we took an entire 1-by-1 lot, and and put down a bonfire, a bunch of rugs, bunch of flammable, bunch of chairs and dressers and other things that could burn. And then we lit them on fire. And then after we lit them on fire, that wasn't big enough. We put a bomb right next to, and when I'm saying a bomb, I'm literally saying, I'm talking about a real bomb. This bomb is a real bomb. Well, a simulated real bomb. This bomb is available at Sim Wardrobe and simwardrobe.com, I believe, but Google it, Sim Wardrobe. Paladin is the name of the man who has created a number of great mods for Sims 1 and Sims 2. He does not play Sims 3, so he does not have any new mods up there for that. And he has created a number of great tools, one of which was the Stink Ray gun. He has a variety of different other guns if you're into creating. I use them for killing Sims is a great way, but also for storytelling purposes, for having Sims who are doing naughty deeds, because I need naughty deeds, otherwise I have no reason to have my jail that I'm going to be making soon. After we make the cemetery, we're going to work on the church, and then we're going to work on the jail. And I know some of you guys might be thinking, well, this is a lot of building and whatnot, and I'd like to see some play, and you will. In fact, we're going to, we'll be doing play sessions as well as building sessions. One of the difficulties with starting a new hood is that you have to build things, or you have to at least, in this case, remodel things to your taste. And that's what I'm doing here. This lot is by Plastic Box as per usual. Plastic Box is my favorite lot designer, and is a marvel with small lots. I'm also very fond of lots by S655, who does amazing row houses. And also S. Lindsay is her name. And she does small lots as well, too. So those are some of my top lot builders. But Plastic Box has definitely got my heart for the best small and well-designed compact lots available. And I'm so used to playing compact lots now that I can't see myself going to normal. Even a 2x2 lot is gargantuan to me. I am taking these tombstones and moving them over here just to make sure I don't accidentally delete them. One of the things that you should also know as a long-term simmer, I have learned how very important it is to never delete a tombstone. Because, especially if you do not have 2 mods by Pescado, who I mention quite a lot in my Let's Plays because he's a prolific and talented modder. And Pescado did 2 mods one's called a No Unlink on Delete. No Unlink on Delete. Pescado is listed in my Plastic Box put the Grim Reaper's scythe here. That's great. I'm gonna keep that. I'm definitely not gonna delete that. Let's put that over here so I don't lose it. And also some gardening shears, which I might need later on. So Pescado is linked on my mod list at thejessachannel.com, Sims 2 mod list. And the other mod that he has, because the No Unlink on Delete mod is very important. Basically what happened with the vanilla game is that Maxis coded it incorrectly so that when you deleted a tombstone or an urn, it would delete the Sim's character file, which is bad. Once you have deleted character files, Sim's character files from your game will eventually, your hood, I should say, will eventually become unplayable. Not your entire game, I want to make that clear, just that hood. So if you're dedicated to your hood, as I am, and many of us long-term simmers are, and would be very sad to see our hoods go, you do what you can to make sure that hood stays healthy. One of the tools that you can use to make sure that your hood does stay healthy, or to be able to check it for any problems, is by another very talented simmer called Mutilda, who's done a number of programs that you can use to take care of your hood and do extra fun things like lot adjuster, which allows you to do things that the game did not originally intend you to do with lots. And the tool that she has made is called Hood Checker, and it will tell you if there are problems with your hoods and suggestions on how to fix that. So that is available at Mod The Sims. Got a little salsa going on in the background here. I am taking most of this cemetery out. I'm keeping the basic structure, but I don't like some of the things that she's placed here, plastic box placed here. Plastic Box is fond of Maxis Match or using no custom content, which is a great thing for a hood. Don't get me wrong, but I prefer to use some of the wonderful 7 gigs of custom content I've created. So I'm taking out some of the things that she has put in here. But I'm keeping the walkway. I just widened the walkway because we're going to have a nice fountain going on. And once again, with the cemetery aspect of this is going to be another part of the integrated hood that I keep telling you guys about. That means that this is a working cemetery. When Sims in my hood die, in Acanthop die, they will pay a burial fee to be buried here. If they can't afford the burial fee, then they won't be able to be buried here. They'll have to keep their tombstone on their lots. And so Sims are going to have to make it a top priority to fix that, to be able to afford that fee, because having a tombstone on your lot can be all the scaring, unless you're a knowledge sim or really want that, or you're particularly morbid, like Olive Spectre in Strangetown. Olive Spectre, for you long-term simmers, is a well-known character in one of the Maxis hoods that shipped with the base game, Strangetown. And Olive Spectre has a great number of ghosts, and there's a morbid backstory to her, which I won't ruin if you haven't. I won't spoil it, even though the game has been out for a long time. I'm not going to spoil that for you. So, right now I'm just trying to think of what I want to do for... I think I'm going to go for this. I love this dirt, this reddish-brown dirt here. I really like that. But I don't want it on the outside. I just want it on the inside. So we're going to cover the grave spots up with it. Yep. And over here, well, I'm going to keep that actually for right now, so I don't confuse myself. And then over here, I'm going to add in some of my favorite dark green grass along the sides. Actually, I changed my mind on that. I want it to match the same grass as is here, which I have no control over that grass right there. I think that's, it's the grass, the hood terrain grass, so I want it to be a close match to the hood terrain. For those of you, that's a pretty good match, yeah. So for those of you who have very good hearing and good memories, you may notice that I sound slightly different because, hopefully better, because I am the happy owner of a new microphone, a new headset microphone. I looked at a number of microphones, but I chose this one, which is a Microsoft Life Chat 3000, in part because it was within our budget, and I was able to find one for, believe it or not, $9 plus shipping. That was, it looked new to us, but it had been open, but I think the previous owner had not been happy with it. And I have loved it. Loved it. And that was one of the weak spots of my Let's Play, is that I didn't have a very good microphone. And that really came to light when I did the radio show for Marquee Dragon. And Gameplay Jenny came on, and she has a wonderful mic, and you could really see the difference between her mic and mine. So I said to my husband after that show, I said, we have to fix this right away. This has to be fixed. So we searched around for something. And I had some very good reviews on this. And another Let's Player called Damo2986, I think, is Damo2986. He does Skyrim. He has a long-term Skyrim Let's Play. He's doing Knights of the Old Republic, and I love his voice, so I highly recommend you check him out. Damo2986. He is on YouTube, of course. He also has a Microsoft Life Chat, and he has been using it happily for the last 11,000 subscribers that he has. So I figured that it has to have worked quite well for him. So what I'm looking for here is a fence, and I want a certain look I'm going for to tie it all in. I'm going for something, I'm hoping to find a kind of red brownstone brick type thing. Let's see if I'm going to be lucky. Something like this, except a tall version. What size is that? Oh, that is pretty. That's not as short as I thought it was. But I would like something taller. Let's see. The interesting thing is when you have so much custom content and yet you still cannot find that one piece, that one thing that you have in your mind. Ah, this might be what I'm looking for. This might do it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Good. Perfect. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So let me tell you where that fence is from. I'm learning to tell you where things are from while we are recording. This is the Sheridan Fence by manga_moon for Mod The Sims 2, which is now modthesims.info. It was Mod The Sims 2 for a long time. Until Sims 3 came out, and then they had to do something about that name. So just wondering if I want to do it like this, because if I go all the way across, then I won't have these nice little poles, these ending fence parts here. So I'm going to go like this. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. The other ways in which the cemetery will be an active lot that my Sims go to is that there will be a place, and you'll see it as we do it, a place where Sims can do Tai Chi here for the Sims who enjoy the quiet peacefulness of the graveyard scene. There is a building. I should also show you what's in this building. This building is just a little bathroom, which I really, really like that a lot. And so it saves me having to whip out the old porta potty action. And I may also put some counters in here on the other side as well too, so that Sims can. I'm not sure. I have to think that one over for a little bit. But I know that there's going to be another building in here, and it's going to go in over here. So actually, let me see. Do I want to do a building just one in like that? Yeah. So there's a mausoleum that's going in. Let's put that in now. With the room tool. Let's see if it'll let me do it. It's telling me location out of bounds. Let's see. That always drives me crazy. That's how you can't build right next to the edge of the lot. You have to go one in, two squares. Which, when you build on tiny lots the way I do, 2 squares is a lot of squares. Adds up right quick. So that's going to be our mausoleum. And then over here... just trying to decide if I want to do this. So the mausoleum was basically going to be a place where Sims who don't want to buy a plot but just want to put a place to put an urn is going to be, it's just going to be a small building with a statue and urns on both sides of the wall, and you'll see that as I do that in a minute. Ah, yes, I know what we'll do. We'll follow her same roofline technique. So you guys get to see my rather pitiful building skills here. Do I want to do the same thing she's doing just on the other side? I think I do. I'm going to move this out. That's a neat little trick in case you guys didn't know that you can. I'm using the wall tool right now. And I want to get rid of this fence. So instead of just going over to the fences and grabbing the fence tool, you can use the wall tool to take away a fence. Can't, of course, build a fence with it because it's the wall tool, but you can. But you can use it to take away fences. And you can also use the opposite way. You can have the fence tool take away a wall tool. I'm going over here to fences because I want to grab this fence and add it in here, like so, and like so. And I feel that I want to do a... So this is going to involve some fancy roof work, and I'm going to plainly admit to you right out there that I am not a good roofer. Not in the slightest. And of course, like many people, I was one of those people who would just do the roof auto tool and be done with it. Not wanting to further embarrass myself showing off my little roof. I would just say, okay, that's fine. Let's just put that down and do the auto tool. And you can see here, look at that. Yeah, that's not pretty, is it? And that's also not the right direction. I want to go... That's for diagonal. I want this, but I want it to go... Oh, wrong way. From this wall to this wall. Nope. See, I told you. Not a good builder. Trying to get it to go... How did I do that? This way? No? Nope, nope, nope. I can imagine that there's somebody at this point looking at the screen and going, Jessa! It's this way! Oh, Jessa! I'm trying to get it to go so that the top part of the roof is along this wall. And I don't know if I can do that. And then, and the diagonal shed tool is not what I'm going for. So, nope. See? Oh, that's not it. Okay. So, is it... If I go this way... And if I go this way... No, I can't do it. I guess the only way I can do it is to have it facing either side, this way or that way. So, for those of you guys who are expert builders in The Sims 2, and who are looking at this right now and saying, oh, for goodness sakes, I can't believe this, she can't do this. Help a sister out, would you? And tell me how I could have gotten that facing so that the front, the tall part was here on this side. Because that's what I was actually aiming for. That's alright though. We're going to make do with what I have the talent to pull off. Such as it were. And now, let's go in here to the roof angle chooser. Now, before Apartment Life, I believe it was, that this came out, you had to do this with cheats. Now, you can do it. And I'm going to go for a roof angle. I'm going to start with 20. And so all I'm doing is pulling this over to the far left side. And then I'm going to click on the roof and see if I can't get this to go down, or if I'm going to just end up embarrassing the heck out of myself. There we go. And it looks like Plastic Box has chosen a very lower than that. So let's go down to 15. So I'm trying to get something that matches what she did in this building over here. A similar look. So it looks like she went down to 15, because that's that's as low as I can get it to go. And then the next step is I'm going to see if I can't replicate this roof that she has over here, which I should be able to do. I think I know how to do that. The trick is to grab this column and place one here and one here. And then go down a level. Grab some tiles, any tiles. And I may have to add up one level. There we go. There's one tile. There's one tile. I'm not sure if I actually... Let me actually try and do it without the tiles. I may not need the tiles. I may only need the columns. And then I take a roof tool and... Nope. Page up. Yep, I need the tiles. Because otherwise then I haven't got any place for my roof tool to sit on. So I should be able to go like... nope. This way. Nope, nope. I told you guys I wasn't good at roofs. And when I said I wasn't good at roofs, I wasn't, you see, I wasn't playing. Yeah, that's not what I'm going for. So I've greatly, I mean, this is another reason why I jest you not. I do not build. I don't, because I'm not good at it. I love to decorate. Yay! Success! That roof, though, is a little farther out than I would like, I think. How many does she have? 1, 2 tiles, and I have 1, 2 tiles, I think. So my roof feels... Is it the same? I guess it is. But it doesn't... It feels like my roof might be 1 tile bigger than hers. So I'm going to undo that. And see if I can get it, because that roof is too big. At one point in my thought process, I considered being an architect. Can you believe that? Right. Yeah, I think that's right. And then you go back over to the roof angle chooser. So I am not your girl for giving you tips, building tips and that kind of stuff. Mod tips, interior decorating tips, integrated economy tips, no problem. Building tips, problem. Big time problem. Yay! Okay, that looks a little bit more what I was going for. Perfect. Mausoleum. And then you go in and you take these columns and walls. I'm going to take these walls that the roof itself has made and take them out like that because they're not necessary for the roof. And you have yourself, once you delete these, and I'm going to move these columns in one space, I think is what I want. Let's see. Is that what I want? Yep. Now you can see underneath here that the columns are not reaching. Her columns are reaching. This is why she is the expert and I am not. And mine are not. If anyone has any suggestions for how she may have orchestrated this, I'm not sure if it's just the fact that I need to lower my roof angle, or if she has worked out some other sort of wonderful magic. But let me know in comments if you are an expert builder. So I only build when I absolutely just don't have any other choice, to be absolutely honest. And that's all I can whip out. So did she lower her? Ah, it looks like it's just that she... Well, no. Because when you look really close, you can still see how mine are not quite matching. So I am still stumped as to how she pulled off that magicry. Magicry. Is that a name? A word? I don't know. And yeah, it's not, she's worked out some kind of wonderful thing there. Pretty impressive. Okay. In the meantime, though, I'm going to raise this roof back where I had it, because I prefer it that way. And it looks better to my eye. And Plastic Box is probably the most talented builder out there when it comes to building tricks like that. False walls and underground garages and all that stuff. She is the true master of that. So I'm going to leave that like that open. And this will be a kind of open pavilion here with some flowers along the side. Excellent. Then the next area I'm going to work on over here is where I plan to have there be a Tai Chi area. So let's get these out of here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Too far. And grabbing some of that wonderful... I'm going to actually... Oh, let me take that back. For grass... how do I want to play that? Just thinking about some grass that I recently downloaded that would look really good here. And so what do I want to put down underneath as a grass cover is what I'm thinking out loud about. Here. Let's see how this looks. Do I like that? Nope, I don't. That looks like those are supposed to be flowers, but to me, that looks like the grass has some sort of weird pockmark disease. So, no. Oh, that's good. That's good. This is Terrain by Forever Sim Fantasy, which is a site that was active in the beginning days of Sims 2 and was very active in Sims 1, but then fell off the radar. But I believe the site is still up. And I will tell you about that site in just a minute. foreversimfantasy.eu.tf, and the best way to see that is to bring this video up to 720p, enlarge it to full screen, and you'll be able to see it. Once again, that's the best way to see. And I keep it up on screen for a couple seconds there so you guys can pause and write that down. And that site had some very good sets on it, of which I have almost all of them. So, we have a nice area over here. Now, what I'm going to do is see if I can't find that grass that I have downloaded recently. I'm shaking my head to this music. It's great. All the music that I played during this Let's Play is by Electronic Arts, Maxis. There are games, there are all the songs, or the songs that I like, from Sims 1, Sims 2, and soon Sims 3. I just need to install that. So I'm unsure where this grass is. I just downloaded it from Club Crimson, which is a site that's gone defunct, but it's still available. Their stuff is still available at Sims 2 Graveyard. So I'm going to pause the recording for a minute and track that grass down, and then we'll see how it works. Alright, so I found the grass, and I was looking in the absolute wrong place. I was looking in buy mode in flowers for some reason, and then it's as if I had completely forgotten about the build mode flower section there for a minute. This is the decorative grass I was talking about. This is 4 tiles, and I'm gonna get in kind of close on this grass so you can see here that it's excellently meshed, and looks very good once you put it down. I'm gonna try the smaller grass first, and there's a longer version as well too, also really nicely meshed, and goes anywhere that, you know, and also it's decorative, so it does not require any care from the Sims. I'm trying to figure out if I want to use that. Turning it a little. Or if I want to use the shorter is what I'm thinking here. I'm going to put that down and turn it. The shorter has these little paths in it, which I don't like. And then there are these smaller little bunches here. But that's not the look I'm going for. They're interesting, but not quite the look I'm going for. There's a lot of content that I have here that allows for some really nice full grass. This grass is actually nice. It's from Mansion and Garden. Let me put it down for you. If you like some flowered look in there. That's quite nice. I might throw that in as some accents, but I don't want an entire flower patch look. This is still not quite giving me the look I'm going for. From the side, it's fantastic. Look at that. Very, very nice. I'm getting in as close as I can get there without turning on the tab key. But I don't quite like how it looks from the top. So I think I might skip that grass and use it in another area where it gives me more of the look I'm going for. So let's see what else I have to choose from here. I was hoping to get a full grass look in this area, as opposed to just a terrain paint look. That's what I was hoping for. Just trying to get something that gives me more of a fallen leaves or something of that nature. And I haven't got a lot to choose from despite so many years of collecting. You still don't have everything that you're looking for when you need it. And it's really hard sometimes when you have a certain look in your mind and you just can't quite get what you're going for. Yeah, I really don't think that's going to work as much as I want it to work. I don't think it's going to work. Let's see if I can find something. Might be a different color, looks better. Nope, that still doesn't look right. Okay, let's see what I have. If I have any other grass and hiding out in different areas. Well, here's some interesting grass. Looks kind of a little more dead than I'd like it to look. Let's see. Let's see. How's that looking? Looks okay. You guys also might be wondering what the cross is doing here. I'm going to show that to you in a minute. I found that. I have a couple of crosses that allow you to pray to them, allow the Sims to pray to them. I suppose you can pray to them too if you want to. If you're feeling like you want to contact the Sim god, which I think is usually yourself. This is custom content grass. I'd love to be able to tell you who did it. It doesn't say here, but you can zoom in. I really don't know who this is from. And it's probably from a set that I downloaded. So unfortunately, I may not be able to help you find that. I always like to help you find things when I can. I don't like that grass. It's not the look I'm going for. I also don't know how high poly it is. For something like that, I would imagine it would not be too high poly. And what I mean by high poly, for those of you guys new to playing the game, is an object, the more curves it has or the more complications it has in being drawn in the game, the more polys it has. And so you want to go for things that have a lower poly. Sometimes I pay attention to that, sometimes I don't. But if you have a slower computer, it can really make or break whether the game is going to run smoothly for you when you get into something like a community lot where you have a great deal of things going on in the lot and a lot of high poly things happening on the lot. It can really slow things down. So that's why creators very nicely, I really like that. I will stop trying to pick grass here and see if I can't find something that will work at a different time. But I'm going to move on and show you about the cross. But before I do so, I was saying that the high poly objects, having those on the lot can really slow your lot down. So that's why if I'm going to put down a lot of grass like that, if it's high poly, it may cause me a little bit of slowdown. And particularly since I'm recording, I want to keep the lag down to a minimum. I mean, as it is, I have some lag on my Skyrim Let's Play, and that does cause my viewers some pain, some pain in watching it. This episode is presented in parts. To see the next part, click on the next annotation in the top right corner of the video. If the next part has not been uploaded yet, it will be tomorrow. So if you want to see it, subscribe.